Hi, I'm Najir Chambers. I am from Big O Belt Media. Billy, thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations on your latest project, The Sisters Grimm, on Apple TV Plus, October 3rd. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Time to ask the hard questions here. First and foremost, how does it feel to play Peter Pan? No, no.
I mean, yeah, it's hilarious. They just wouldn't let that slip, would they? They just kept saying he's Peter Pan, he's Peter Pan. He's not Peter Pan. That's it. I need that. I need that as a tattoo. I'm not Peter Pan.
Now, I would imagine the recording process. Either you have a home studio, going to a local studio, or whatever it is. You're recording sort of in a solo session.
Yeah.
But what's really good about this, and I don't know if you ever had a chance to watch it, is really the rifting off of the other characters. And I know your talent, I know your skill. I want to know for you, when you know the talent you possess, and when you know that you have to essentially connect your part of the tissue in order to make it work. But and in all due respect to the ladies as well too, that meet you at the table with the same amount of banner and energy. I'm just kind of wondering for you as a professional, what kind of goes through your head when you're looking at the script, you know what you can bring, you also know what you can improv if need to be. What's sort of all of those emotions, and then ultimately, when you get to the finished project, what's sort of the expectation you want to have from it?
Oh, yeah. I think, to be honest, it was a real jump in a sense of I'd never done anything like this before. So it was I want to do this. It seems fun. I'm playing like a 12-year-old kid, so I get to go back to feeling like a child again. And I just went for it, man. Like
Yeah.
I was screaming, hollering, shouting. And you know what? When I left the studio, it was the most therapeutic thing I'd done in my life.
Wow.
It was like I just, maybe I feel like it's how people, rappers or rock stars or whatever, they go in the booth and they just let rip. It
Yeah.
really felt like that. And yeah, like so obviously I didn't get to hear what the other actors were doing, but I had some amazing people that I was bouncing off of, some really, really good directors. And to be honest, I just whatever they said, I did. I was like, because they've got incredible resumes, and
Yeah.
I was like, let me just copy what they're doing and then let me give my own spin. I really drew a lot of inspiration from Jim Carrey and The Grinch. It's like
Mm.
a British version of that. I just wanted to just be ludicrously loud and silly and goofy. And
Yeah.
I think that the thing is about animated stuff is all I just thought going into the booth was that I have to just be clear with my
Yeah.
choices because I don't have my eyes, I don't have my arms, I don't have anything else. I just have my voice, and I'm just gonna go in and hopefully they say that was great.
You know what's super interesting before I dove into the credits here? Because Puck, he's mischievous. He's an
Yeah,
iconic trickster.
yeah.
And I, my mind went to a strictly a typecast here, and I was like, man, Tom Hiddleston's really good in this because he's channeling Loki. Then I went to Boss and Billy. I was like, dude, this makes so much sense, and I think that's interesting as well because people love these type of characters. As I mentioned, Tom with Loki, Puck, I think instantly becomes a fan favorite in this because you just don't know what he's going to say. You don't know what he's going to have up his sleeve. And then again, he's bantering with these little kids. And although he is a 12-year-old, but he say he chooses to be 12, by the way,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
lets you know like he has a lot of experience and he can go to any degree with everything. So
I
I,
know.
I want to I want to know for you because when you step into a iconic character that people have they have their own sort of like expectations with or preconceived notions with, how did you really want to make this yours outside of the script? Well, how did you really want to leave your touch on this? And again, fantastic job. And I know you find this therapeutic. We love a good therapy session here. And there's 8 books, which means technically that equates to 8 seasons. So
Yeah. It will save me on my therapy sessions then. I'll be like, I don't need any more therapy. I'm going back into Sisters Grimm. Thank you. Yeah, no, what's daunting and what's interesting about the character of Puck is there's so much information. You go on Google, there's just pages and pages and pages.
yeah.
There's some really cool fan fiction already of Sisters Grimm Puck. So I was reading all of it and I was looking at that. So I was trying to immerse myself into that, but we as actors we know that the most important thing we have is what we have in ourselves, and what we can channel from being in a school and being sent out of school because you're too naughty in class, and that was me, you know. So
Yeah.
I know I had that in abundance, you know. So I just felt like this was like years in the waiting
And
for.
yeah.
So I'm just so happens to be 31 playing this 12-year-old, but I was this 12-year-old, you know. I was.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well,
Yeah.
listen, I can't let you go without squeezing this in real quick because coming from one iconic other Apple TV Plus series in Ted Lasso, which we know season 4 is in production, Colin's story arc in season 3 has been, I would say, it's been really rejuvenating to see this on the television screen, and a lot of people are going to find peace in themselves in the character Colin going forward, as Colin came out openly gay, and now really working through sort of working through two lives in terms of being an athlete and being an openly gay athlete, and you could imagine what he's going to have to explore and endure going into season 4. Now we're not getting anybody in trouble here, and we definitely need you to keep getting your Apple TV Plus money. But if there was some buzzwords or some excitement or anything you might be able to say about going forward with his career, his relationships, staying with his teammates, all the other good stuff, anything you might be able to share or like, buzzwords us about it.
I mean, of course, that character is so close to my heart, and it's just, I think it's just a never-ending discovery of what the writers may come up with, and it's all through the love that they have and I have with the character of Colin. I never really knew that storyline was going to come about in season 1, and then fast forward to season 3.